Welcome back to Rec Collect. This week, we are going to the not-so-distant past, October 7th of 2017.
Rec Collect.
Okay. So, what happened
Can you
in
stop?
2017?
Hey.
Well, the world was never the same, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
But we're going to talk about the more of the, we're going to keep it easy, breezy, beautiful. How about
Okay,
that?
yeah. High notes.
The Wrong Movie was announced as
What was
Best
the
Picture
date? I'm so sorry.
October 7th.
Okay.
The Wrong Movie was announced as Best Picture at the Oscars. It wasn't La La Land, you idiot. It was Moonlight. The Me Too movement was born. Beyonce took to Instagram in February to announce her pregnancy with twins. The elaborate photo shoot was the most liked picture on Instagram for the year with more than 11.1 million likes. It was only rivaled by her first photo of her children themselves, garnering more than 10.2 when they were born in July. Kendall Jenner appeared in a tone-deaf ad for Pepsi, which showed the model joining a protest in the streets and handing a police officer a can of soda to help calm the tension. This was met with a wildly negative response. The Women's March happened.
My dog fully thought there was not enough room for her on the bed because I had.
You know, my cat does that. Pete does that.
Drives me so insane. Okay, continue.
The Women's March happened, which brought millions of women and men across the world in direct response to the inauguration in January. And then last but not least, my last moment for 2017, Lord's improvisational dance.
I love it.
Yes.
When
on the
she couldn't
VMAs.
sing? Yeah.
because she had the flu.
God bless that woman.
Yes.
I am not the hugest of Lord fan, but we've had some space since the last Lord release.
Oh, definitely.
And I am very curious as to what that's going to sound like whenever it comes
Same.
back around.
Same. Totally same. So where were you in 2017?
Ooh, I was 2 weeks away from getting laid off from my job. Other note of that is I was like looking to leave that job anyway as that was happening.
I don't know that I knew that.
I didn't know where I was going though. This is a very lost time. We are only a few months away from meeting in real life for the first time.
I know.
So
Because we knew each other at this point.
yeah, we did.
2017 is when we met.
Yes, the tail end, but we did it. And then we started a podcast.
Right after.
That could be our novel. If
Well,
we ever write a
so-
novel and then we started a podcast.
I think the Snapchat group started to happen in the spring.
It did. We went all through the summer.
It's okay. We're just gonna rise above.
Yeah. So the Honeys, which go listen to one of our early episodes, we talk about how we met. The Snapchat group started, and we still talk to a handful of them.
A good
chunk of
decent
them. Yeah.
chunk of them.
I still followed all of them on social media, or most of them.
Yes.
So it's like I'm kind of in tune with them. But there was like 100 of us.
Yeah, there was the group was like mad big.
Well,
at one
once
point.
the second group, the runoff group, the one that was like actually the group where we all started like bonding.
Yes.
That happened. But it was a beautiful thing, the Honeys.
Yeah.
It was great. We met.
I didn't know. I could never have known.
How could we have known?
It was like a really odd thing for me to participate in because it's very out of character for me.
The idea that this is behind a paywall, so I feel comfortable like talking about this. Frankly, the idea that one Jackie Johnson brought a group of people together that were much more smarter and more intelligent,
who still know each other
and talk to this day, could bring us together. Is like
unbelievable. Literally unbelievable.
The woman who was spewing out incorrect like pregnancy contraception facts, which is the reason we ended up having a second Snapchat group.
Yeah, she started to show her house pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't really know many things, but I'm going to state them as fact.
And doubled down. Yeah, she doubled down after someone politely. It was very...
Yeah, you remember when she was in the Snapchat group?
Yeah, that was the OG. That was the OG.
Yeah, that was a time.
It was a time. And she was one of those people, which I think that going cruelty free is like an important thing, and that if you make that choice, that's
Absolutely.
great. But shut up, just buy your cruelty free shit. It's like vegans in the makeup world. The cruelty free people are like vegans, and like I think all makeup could be made vegan. Like I don't understand why it's not.
There's no reason for it not to be.
It all should be cruelty free. I firmly believe that. But like, I don't want to feel like bad because I bought something with Carmine in it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like, it's Beatles. Do you really care about the Beatles that much? If there was one walking through your house, you're gonna let that motherfucker live? I'm just saying.
I get it.
Anyway,
I feel you. So where was I?
where were you?
Honey, 2017
You
was big.
you were going.
2017 was big, darling.
Because
Big.
when I tell you, I wish you could see my face because I'm gonna try to reenact the intensity that I remember one time going through all the snaps in the honeys, and just Tiffany's like, scream crying and like something, I don't know, you were complaining about your ex-husband and you were just like,
no, I know exactly what it was.
And you had like purple long hair. It's all very confusing to think about knowing you now, but it was like, I was like, this woman is not all right. I just remember
that was a time. Okay, so for context, I left my ex-husband in the spring of 2017.
Right,
that was April.
The bunnies were picking.
So like literally when I started living alone in May-ish or end of April, like the honey group started happening and several of us were going through significant breakups. So like we would talk about it, but there was one day where in particular I like needed to be able to contact my ex and I couldn't, and I sort of had this big brain moment.
That was what it was. I remember that.
I had this big brain moment where I was like, I'm not going to be able to speak to this person again for the foreseeable. Like I don't know when or if I will ever speak to this person again. And I just like was losing it. I was like truly losing it. I was not well. I don't know if that's like finally where it all hit me or just like the finality of it all. But I was just like, wow. Also, it was very stressful because I was like, I literally don't know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Because everything had been civil up until it wasn't. And then he just basically like, not ghost. You can't like ghost in this situation, but he like cut off all contact. So I couldn't contact him at all. And then I had to like go through his sister, which like didn't feel good. But it was like something with where he was living. I was like, they're contacting me because I'm like the person they spoke to most. Like I handled everything and like
it's
now
not
I'm
your
not.
problem anymore, yeah.
And I had to tell them multiple times. Like they continued to contact me. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like I no longer live there. So it was very stressful. It was a very stressful moment in time. But I like started thinking about 2017 because Josh and I fell in love in 2017 and it was in May. So yes, I left Steve in April and Josh and I fell in love in May. I did not design it that way.
There's also a whole It Bears Repeating episode about that.
There is, and if you need to go listen to it, you can. But suffice to say that like I had been with my ex for a very long time. I've like mentioned this in passing on those podcasts, but in this case, just to spell it out, we had been together for like 8 years and had almost broken up several times. Like when I say several times, we were broken up when he proposed. And then
I don't think I knew that.
No, because I don't like really talk about the deets.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, yes.
So when I finally left, the relationship had been over for a very long time. Like we did not like one another. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
it's still like a difficult thing to do. Like it's
and he was not going to do it. Like he definitely was not happy, and I definitely was not happy either for a sustained amount of time. But it's also just one of those things where it's like, this has been what I've been doing for literally so long. Like, how do I not do this?
Right.
Like, how do I not do this? How is this not what I do? I cannot conceive of life without this person at this point because it's just so interwoven. But I like went through like so many journeys, have gone through so many journeys since, but I just wanted to like talk about this a little bit because specifically, and I just want to talk about the story.
Okay.
But the camel that like broke the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
We had been going to therapy, like nothing was really happening. And we would have like mini breakthroughs where like things would start to feel much better, but then it would be like there would be a reversion, like things would just revert back to the way they were. And it was just like me getting jerked around a lot. And it was like a lot of fucking work. I was doing my own work personally on my own. And then we were going to couples like every fucking week. And he like was dragging his feet just to find a fucking therapist. Like it was so insane. And then at one point he did start seeing somebody who like wasn't helping him, but he was so stubborn. He like would not the thing of it was he was just done, but would not
Admit it.
know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and in retrospect, when we did finally speak again, we had like kind of a postmortem. And I was just like, do you realize we did not like one another? Like, we were in completely opposite places by the time our relationship ended. It's not like, it was very sad because it's always sad when a relationship ends. I was like, but we're both thriving without one another. Him included. Like, Steve has seen success since
Good.
not being with
Yeah.
me. Like, we just needed to not be together, but like nobody was willing to rip the Band-Aid until I finally was. And the thing that finally broke me was in January, we had a quick Nintendo trip to get ready for the launch of the Switch in March. And my coworker, who was also experiencing marital issues, was like, "Well, what about kids? Like, where are you at with kids? Like, you guys are doing all this work and it's like so chaotic." And while I was away on the trip, he really upset me. Because I tried to do something nice for him and he like berated me about money instead. And it was just like, you guys are like on such like opposite pages. Like, where do you stand with kids? And I started asking Steve about it and he was like, "Well, I don't know. Like, I really don't know." And at the time I like set it aside because I was like, well, I mean, it's easy to not know. Like, we're in such a bad place. Like, how are you supposed to know? But then for some reason, like, that stuck in my mind like a fucking like a piece of glass. Like, you know it's there, but it's like not causing you discomfort, but you're like fully fucking aware. Like, every step you take, you're like,
Mhm.
okay, but what about this though? Because even if things got better, like, you could still turn around and be like, well, I don't want kids. And then I'll be however old at that point. Like, what's going to happen? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I started to get more pushy about it. Um, right around in the spring, I was just like, so what is the deal? Like, I know we talked about it briefly and we both were sort of undecided, but like, where do you stand on this, really? I was like, because this is not going to be worth it if we don't end up in the same place, you know? And he was like, well, I want kids about 80% of the time, I would say. He was like, but I don't want them anytime soon. I can tell you that. And I was like, okay. Because at the time I was 28 and like that's not a huge deal or whatever. But I was like, okay, so on top of needing to accept the idea that maybe things would never get better than what they were at the time, which was not great. And also like a huge thing to ask of somebody. Like, I may never be able to give you any more than what I'm giving you right now. This might just be where we're at. Okay. And me being like in what I believed was like very deeply in love with this person, I was just like, okay, like this just might be what it is forever. Like, can I live with that? And like seriously asking myself that. I also had to accept that there was like a significant chance that he would decide he would not want a child. And I was just supposed to be like, fine with that. Like, wait and see kind of thing. And that just like broke me. Literally broke me. Because then on top of that, like, we had a couple weeks where he was off from like his work that he did at the time developing video games, and we were like so in sync. Like, things were great, like things were going very well between us, like, etc. But then as soon as he went back to work, it was like the complete like that revert. And then everything just sort of came together for me. And it was just like, this is what your life is. This is what it is to be with this person. And then on top of it all, you don't know if you'll ever be able to have a kid with them. Like, is this what you're going to accept? Truly. And something in the back of my brain was just like, nope, absolutely not. This is like too fucking much. You are now asking for entirely too fucking much from me. And more than you should ask of anyone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Realistically, he probably much sooner could have been like, oh, we clearly want two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But instead, it was always like, well, what I want is very reasonable. Why are you not also wanting the same thing? Do you know what I mean? And I just like identified the lunacy of the whole situation. I was like, you know what? We're fucking done, my dude. Like, we are done, done, done. And I'd like broken up with him several times before that. This was like early April. But I was like, no, man, like it's over. Our marriage is over. We're getting divorced and I am moving the fuck out. And I found a place probably I was out by mid-April. Like moved into my new place. Gone. Done.
Keep going.
So I pause and look at Tom because so many things have been discussed lately. Just identifying a timeline for my own story. Just saying. Identified a need. I like didn't have a lot of money in savings at the time, but like once I found where I wanted to be and where I needed to go, I like asked for help from the right people and was able to get it and paid all that money back and like was good living in my home on my own with my cat. Period.
I have a real question for you. Am I supposed to edit all of this out?
Nope, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. No, I've never like said it in all one piece on any of our public platforms. And it feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels nice. So then I had like known Josh this whole time, et cetera, but we ended up like together. And now we're almost on 4 years together. Mid-May. So I was just like really feeling, I was like thinking about him this morning, thinking about us, thinking about all the things that we've done. And I was just like, I want to look at 2017 and see what's available to me. Because that's where I was. So, and then in October specifically, we were in the throes of Nintendo Switch display builds. So my house, my little house,
was just full of shit.
Was full of shit. I have so many funny photos from this time of just like boxes everywhere.
That was very much your life when I met you.
Yeah, my coffee table was boxes.
Yeah.
We had to throw it away. I had like no room for the coffee table.
Your car also was full
such
of
a
boxes.
nightmare. Oh my God. I like don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did that. That was like, I was the worst person for that job, but I like really did talk my way into it.
It happens.
I just had no fucking clue who I was when I got that job in 2015. I had no fucking clue, realistically, who I was or what I needed from a position at all. It was always like, no, I can conform to what you need. It was never like
let me put my boundaries in and like
let me have boundaries and expectations and like identify when things aren't for me. You know what I mean? It was always like, no, I can change and get situated around this.
I mean,
because there is like an attitude that you learn that is what you're supposed to do for work to an extent.
Yeah, for sure.
And Nintendo leans on that. They lean into that, honey.
I'm trying to keep my mouth shut about other places that we have bookmarked. But
honey.
I am also trying to save myself $7,000, so I'm not putting it out there.
But that is like largely where I was in 2017.
Yeah, but so like recently I interviewed for a higher up position where I'm currently working, and I was just very frank with them because I was like, I wasn't saying outright saying my boundaries, but I was making it pretty clear. I was telling them essentially like, I just want the money. And you can choose to give me this position and I will work for the 8 hours that I'm supposed to work during the day. And then after those 8 hours, when I shut the door to my office, that's it.
That's it.
I will not get a text message from any of you fools because it will not get answered. I'll say, you can email that to me. And tomorrow morning, as soon as I punch in, I will handle that. Should have been an email sent to there anyway, because I am on my personal time.
Period. Boundaries.
Yeah.
And I am a much more successful person, having a much more realistic sense of who I am and like what's important for me and under which circumstances do I thrive, as opposed to me being like, oh, well, I can make it work. No longer will I ever be like, well, I can make it work, unless if it's like dire straits or somebody I love is involved, someone I loved who was like on my team, my family, like, of course, but never again. No man, no woman, no person.
No men.
Period.
I did text Stephanie. This is just a real quick aside. I texted Tiffany earlier this week. I was like, I think my aversion to men is like actually becoming a problem and encroaching on my life. As I'm like literally refusing to give them the time of day. This is very good news, and this has nothing to do with the podcast. Anyway, by the way, my friend from Morocco is moving back to America today. And
Today?
Yes. So he is leaving.
Wait, where's he going?
He's going back to Illinois for the time being.
Okay.
So he is like doing a. Did I tell you what he's doing?
I don't.
He bought a bus, and him and his partner. The partner's a woman. I don't know why I feel the need to specify that, but I feel like that's blurring lines because Tiffany thought this man was gay until recently. So I was like, maybe I should. Not that he would care, because Ben is a.
No, Ben doesn't seem like one to care.
I wouldn't be friends with Ben.
Is he gonna come visit you?
Yes. We don't have that in the works.
Oh my
but
god! Oh my god!
I have not seen this man in 5 whole years.
Spend all your time with him, but then I also would like love to just set eyes. I would love to just set eyes on this man.
You'll meet Ben. This man.
But you need all your time with him.
The platonic love that I have for this man cannot be like.
Ben is a fucking gem.
He is. He's put up with my ass for the past 10 years. Also, I love that like. I've been like trying to make plans, like maybe I'll go see him because I don't know how long his whole thing. He's like refurbing a bus, but I don't know what that's like a whole thing. But, like I was like, maybe I'll go to Illinois and like hang out with him for a bit and then come back. And then like it's so funny because Kristen's like, I want to come along. I was like, no. You and Ben are not the same friends that me and Ben are, and like, why are you coming with me? Like, I just want to spend time with him. I haven't seen him in 5 years. I talk to him like. He's my friend. I don't know why I'm feeling so selfish about this. It's like,
he's been gone for so long. Of course you
It's like, just
selfish.
like, move, I'm gay. Like, that's the way I'm feeling about
fuck
this.
That. No.
So I'm so excited. So, like, in a matter
That's why I literally said, like, have your time with him, but I would love just to, like, see this person.
But, like, in less than 24 hours, this man will be back in America.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Like, I, like, feel it in my chest. The joy. That is so great.
I'm so excited. And I'm excited to meet Brandy, too. I have not met her, so I'm excited.
Fucking treat. That's wonderful. Safe travels to Ben.
She's into makeup. We could do a new makeup nonsense with Brandy.
Have to.
I have to.
You must.
And so many great things. I feel like a lot of great things have been happening to people around me. And I'm like, when's my great thing gonna happen? Like, because I've just been like kind of like simmering, not like really feeling left out, but I just feel like
I get it. You want your turn. You want your turn.
Of positive momentum, and I was like, where's mine?
Yes. Yes, I get that.
But I'm like very happy for all of the things that are happening around me. But I'm like,
definitely. But you could still have that moment.
Yeah.
But excuse me, you're forgetting about me.
Yeah. I was like, good sir, I know I've been saying a lot of shit about men, but if
Hello?
you could just throw me a bone.
Excuse me. No, I fully get that.
Yeah, but so I'm excited that Ben's coming back. Yeah, it's just, and I also like I'm feeling really good momentum with my YouTube channel, which is like a weird thing that I'm like excited about, but I am.
Fuck no, be excited. You've been doing a lot of work.
Yes, as you know, as it has been exported literally today.
We love to see it. I felt like this was an important time to shine the light on that part of my journey. It felt important for like a multitude of reasons. Like, this is what happens.
I can't say anything.
Can I just tell you?
Because your tone is...
Hold on 1 second. I didn't even think about that till just this second.
Yeah, that's why...
No, definitely don't.
I was like, your tone seems...
I guess my tone is pointed. Sorry, I didn't really think about it until now, but whatever.
Well,
if you feel personally attacked by that narrative, you should probably ask yourself why that is. Let's get into this top 10.
The messiness is so messy.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hello, ma'am. I'm going to need you to go ahead and figure yourself out because I'm starting to get hungry. Like, we're going to need to get this popping. Myself.
Oh, I have it off the top. We're stopping this. This is pure darkness. I actually don't feel good.
Okay, this is Feel It by Portugal the Man.
Mm-hmm.
In this song, Portugal the Man lead singer John Gorley is a rebel just for kicks.
Can I just say that again so I can watch your mouth and throat do what it just did? Because it went on a journey that I don't know that I've ever seen your
John
face.
Corley.
You committed to it, but your face didn't. Like, you're like, if I would have let that go, no one probably would have known that you. But you, oh man, that was great.
You're welcome. I really am a gift. So he's a rebel just for kicks because he's now a family man with a daughter, Frances, born in 2011. Quote, "It's hard to be a punk when you're thinking about your baby daughter at home," he said in a Song Facts interview. "The verses are all about my baby daughter, but I'm out here being this rebel, messing around with people and trying to make a positive impact. His punk days may be over, but the spirit is still there. He can feel it still."
I am so sorry, but that is actually the lamest thing.
I soft bop.
Oh,
I love.
I'm okay.
I respect. I respect.
No, I think the mindset that you can't be a punk and a parent and a good parent.
I mean, I feel that
lame.
that is totally wrong.
Yeah,
but I think the song kind of goes off. Like,
it did, and then it did too. Unlike somebody that I used to know, not enough time away from this.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. It is
Yeah.
still pretty fresh. Pretty fresh.
4 years ago, but it still hurts. Like, I don't.
You know this?
I love this song.
Oh, I do know this song.
Running around, running that dirt across my name.
Wait, I want the best part. You touch that.
You got me thinking about when you were
mine. Upon you.
Should have coming home with me tonight. You just want attention.
This man, I let him live. I feel like he is also privately messy, publicly fierce.
He is, I'm pretty sure.
However, this song,
I totally forgot about that song.
I hate his first single, that Superman song. I hate
that song goes the fuck off. I've never gone out of my way to listen
that
to
song?
it. Yes,
Okay,
this
I thought you
song
were talking about
goes the
Superman.
fuck
I
off.
was like, don't.
No. This like comes on in places.
Yeah.
And the Black Center being one. And I was always like, I really like this song. But like, it's never gone beyond that for me. I'm really glad that happened. This is Attention by Charlie Puth.
Yes, it is.
Puth? Charlie Puth produced the track himself and co-wrote it with Jacob Kasher, who also is responsible for Cobra Starships, Good Girls Go Bad, and Maroon 5 Sugar.
He should have kept those to himself.
I agree. Puth says, "When I came up with the song originally, I was on this hotel bed in this really cool room in the Philippines. I think back about that time when I was in that hotel room and she was literally crying to me about how she was mistreated by her ex. Had me thinking that I could be the guy who could go fix her. Like, girls are crazy. They're amazing and crazy at the same time." The song was released as the lead single from Voice Notes, capital V, capital N, one word, an album title that celebrates the smartphone app. Charlie Puth gets song ideas for his new album while on the road. Voice Notes, the name comes from that little app on your phone. He explained to U.S. Breakfast Show Today. "I'm not really good at writing down music. I just have it in my head, and recording the ditty needs to be immediate for it to work. So when I came up with Attention, I was on this train in Tokyo. So which is it? And I had this in my head, and I couldn't get my laptop out and make the beat real quick. So I just performed it into my phone. And I wanted this to be like this kind of disco-y thing. And then I went back to my hotel and made the beat and made it into Voice Notes."
So
He told two different stories.
I think what happened was you didn't recognize the song title and you're like, I'm gonna mock this man. Then you like the song, and now I can't. What you just said to me, I'm like, I didn't like any of that. Like what?
Okay, but the song was a bop.
100%. That album is very good. But he's one of those people I like in private. Like I don't let people
I understand.
know. But
I'm sorry to expose you.
He really likes the funky bass line. And he's very talented. Actually, I like him on TikTok too. He's very funny. But he'll put out like beats for people to sing on top of. He won't write lyrics, but he'll like have like a little bit of a harmony for people to go off of whenever he's doing it. and he'll like it's just beautiful. Like I think
That's
what he
nice.
does is like very cool.
Not
on
everybody
TikTok.
has to be. He could just be chaotic.
Yeah, and he
that's different.
He opened for Billy Joel whenever I saw Billy Joel. So there's that.
I was going to ask you why you saw Billy Joel, but I already know. Let's go to number 8.
What's wrong with liking Billy Joel?
I mean,
Oh, this strip club anthem, nigga, what's up?
Young Money.
Yeah.
I don't. This miss whatever this is. Missed me.
I missed this also, but
AMG 63s. I tell all my hoes, rake it up,
oh no,
never
I know
mind.
this.
break it down, bag it up. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up, rake it up, rake it up, rake it up, bag it up, bag it up, bag it up.
2 old millennials
Rake it up,
sitting on the panel.
break it down, bag it up.
I don't know this. And then we were like, back it up, back it up. I was like, oh,
Never mind.
Fuck it up, 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 rake it up.
What is this song called?
I made love to a stripper.
Yes, it's called Rake It Up.
Oh, I wondered if it was Fuck It Up or Wake It Up.
It's called Rake It Up, and it's Yo Gotti featuring Nicki Minaj. It's not the first time that Gotti has paired up with a Young Money artist. In 2009, the two worked together on Gotti's 5-Star Chick remix. They both jumped on Gucci Mane's Coca Coca the following year, and in 2016, the Queen's MC contributed an Emphasis rapper, whatever, Down in the DM remix. Gotti spoke of his admiration of Minaj. Whether it's something small like the mix and the master, she's involved, and I have a lot of respect for her because of that. A lot of artists don't give a fuck, he told Billboard. They'll do their verse and not give a fuck on how the artwork is. Many things that are little to some people, like the tedious things, she be on her shit, and that's how I am. I be on my shit, so from one boss to another, I really respect her business.
Good for everyone involved. I don't even know that I know that Nicki's verse on that.
No.
I know that song though. I'm gonna stop it because I probably wouldn't listen to that. But
No, I'll stop it. I'm like not furious at it.
no, it feels like you have to be in a particular mood to.
I would
want
say
to.
I'm not just turning this on, I don't believe. But
No, and I'll think twice though when it comes on the radio. You know, that's
Yeah.
like I think
for sure.
would I let it live? First thing first. God, it's Imagine Dragons. Believer. If every one of their songs didn't sound like this, I think this band had potential to be cool because Radioactive was a bop.
Radioactive was a bop.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to like keep playing that.
I think I
right?
did a very good job
I think
telling
you
you
did.
what.
So that same coworker that was
Thunder
like,
was also in the honorable mentions. I was like, oh, there's gonna be another. This isn't the end of them.
no, it never is. So the same coworker who was very helpful to me is also a huge Imagine Dragons fan, which like always confuses me.
Here's the thing. I do not like their music, but I think that man is really trying to make the world better by like doing really
it
good.
seems like it.
He's trying to make he's doing great things for the LGBTQ community, so I like really can't complain about it. And
It's just like so intense.
he's very easy on the eyes.
Is he?
Yeah, he's
I don't think
pretty
I've ever
attractive.
seen him as far as I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Believer, Imagine Dragons. Dan Reynolds expanded on the track's background. The meaning of the song is really reflecting on the specific things in my life that were painful.
Real quick, if you can hear my dog whining, she's just being a
Yeah, she's safe.
yeah.
Whether it was anxiety and dealing with crowds, feeling overwhelmed by that, or the success of the band, disease, going through depression, anything that was a source of pain in my life, and just rising above that, finding a place of perspective where I could be appreciative of the pain in my life and make it my greatest strength. Additionally, this was used as a Nintendo Switch Super Bowl commercial song. So I feel like I have a specific trauma with this
Yeah,
song.
I believe it.
So it's a full stop. You're stupid. You're stopping this too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but like I said, Radioactive was very good.
Let me
but
look up what this man looks like.
you should type his name shirtless as well. Just. Oh, yeah. His shirt does not last very long on stage. A good time.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, he's very attractive. former Mormon going against the church. I love it.
I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
I can respect you also disliking what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, make better music because I think I think they have the capacity to make very
He is
good
like
music.
a good vocalist.
He did.
He's,
But like
very
how are we ending up
powerful.
on thunder? I hear the thunder. Lightning and the thunder. That's not my journey.
No, not I. So let's scoot right along to 6.
It's not good enough for me since I've been with you. Ooh. It's not gonna work for you.
I don't know what this is. I have like not nary a clue.
This is Unforgettable by French Montana, featuring Soleil.
Soleil's name always makes me giggle.
I'm gonna catch the rhythm while she push up against me. Ooh, she tipsy. I had enough combo for 24
I mean, this is all right.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
pretty little body dancing like go-go, hey. And you are unforgettable. I need to get you alone.
This sounds like something The Weeknd
Uh-huh.
didn't put on his album. But steel drums were added.
Cute.
He's handsome.
I like. So
Hi, welcome to our Thirst podcast.
French Montana reveals about the song.
Is he French or from Montana?
I'll tell you.
Oh,
So-
thank you. I'm glad you have.
In an Instagram post where he describes his family immigration from Morocco to America, accompanied by a
That makes
picture
sense.
from his
Everything-
parents' wedding day in Africa. I didn't know any English. It was tough because I thought we were moving into the high rises of NYC, but we ended in the back streets of South Bronx. LOL. It was still better than back home in Morocco, but my father had a hard time and wanted to move back. My mother knew we couldn't because there weren't any opportunities there, and she sacrificed a lot for us to survive in the States. We were on welfare, and she worked overtime to keep us fed, clothed, and a roof over our heads. I promised my mother that I would hustle and make my accomplishments unforgettable once I found my opportunity. I want other people who might be struggling to know that the sky is not the limit. You can do unforgettable things. So I present to you my single. I thought that was a sweet story.
Yeah. In
Good
case
for
you don't know, in Morocco, they speak Arabic or French for the most part. So that makes much more sense.
But I like kind of vibed. Soft bop.
I'll soft pop it.
Soft bop. I wouldn't turn that off.
Yeah. It wasn't, there was not enough to be offensive, but enough to make it substantial enough to enjoy.
I would agree completely. That's a fantastic way to put that. Number 5.
This Despacito.
It is.
Friend of the pod, Louis Fonsi. Here's the
Luis Fonsi.
Come and move that in my direction.
famously of baby fame.
Such a blessing, yeah. Turn every situation into heaven, yeah. Oh, you are my sunrise on the darkest day. Got me
This man
feeling
has
some
dreadlocks.
kind of way. Make me wanna
He's
savor
so
every
talented, and it
moment
is just
slowly,
so frustrating.
slowly.
It's so
Yeah.
endlessly
Let me tell 'em
upsetting.
how you put it on. Got the only key, know how to turn it on. The way you never
I would
lie,
like-
you're the only words I wanna hear.
The song without
Baby, take
Justin
it
Bieber is
slow so we
also
can
very
have
good.
some.
Like that one could have just been the one that pops off.
Song goes the fuck off.
Oh, yeah. Ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todo mi sentido
I'm trying to let it do it.
Yeah.
estoy que
Just get to the first. Da.
despacito. Quiero respirar tu cuello despacito.
Ugh. That song's so annoying, but it's like also great.
Yes. There was another song that I would have picked as my Spanish, like my Latin flair crossover. But I didn't pick it as one of my honorable mentions, but it was with Beyonce.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mi gente. Mi gente? Is that what it's called? Mi gente?
Louis Fonsi and his writing partner Erica Ender penned this Latin pop reggaeton song with the intention of creating a fun tune that would make people want to dance, he recalled to Billboard. The song grew in a very natural way. It really snowballed into its final version. Despacito started with a melody hook that I had with my guitar only. The beat for this track came after I wrote the lyrics, which I wrote as if I was writing a ballad. I sat with my guitar and started this cumbia pattern with my guitar. When I had the writing session with my friend Erica, I told her, look, I have this idea and I pretty much have a chorus written, but let's write a song around that and make it sensual, fun, uplifting, dance kind of song. Let's not overthink it, because a lot of times when you're going into these writing sessions, you're trying to come up with the most beautiful ballads with metaphors. But for this one, we just went with our gut. After we wrote it, I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave it as a, a cumbia pop song or to give it an urban injection. I also don't consider it a reggaeton song, but it does have a reggaeton energy. And to me, that's the new pop, a mix between a pop melody, subtle urban beat to create the best of both worlds. Despacito is important because it popped so far off. And I don't know that like Latin music is always given its due in our country. Huge, literally everywhere else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think let me try to phrase this in a way that's not going to make anyone angry. But in America, I feel like whenever we do get this, it's not the best.
Right.
Because like, I'm sorry if you like Pitbull, but like that was like what conquered the charts and what was the representation for this for many years in the early 2010s. And I just like, is that what I'm supposed to like?
It's just so Americanized, and like that's a shame. But the song topped the charts in 47 countries and reached the top 10 of 6 others in the United States. It became the first song primarily in Spanish on the Billboard Hot 100 since Los Trios Macarena in 96, subsequently tying the longest reigning number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 at the same time with 16 weeks, as well as becoming the longest running number 1 on the Hot Latin charts with 56 weeks. It also became the first Latin song to receive a diamond certification by the RIAA. That's what I mean. Like, we just like don't. I don't know. I fucking hate that.
Yeah. Doesn't feel good.
It just feels so xenophobic in my heart. And that makes me like so wildly uncomfortable. It's just like, why are we like this? I mean, I know why we're like this, but like, for the love of God, can we just be better? I will stop this because I don't want to listen to Despacito because I heard it for so long at such a sustained pace.
Yeah, I will stop it as well.
I advocate for it, but I don't want to listen to it.
That's fair.
And that's just my truth. Does it make sense? I don't know. Do I care? No. Number 4.
I don't know. These have been some weird songs on this top 10.
We've been on a journey for sure.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind.
I don't know what this is.
Ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo!
Is this post baloney?
No.
I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. I don't wanna be alive.
Is this Lil Uzi Vert?
I just wanna die today. I just wanna die. I don't wanna be alive.
Is it Ariana Grande's ex-boyfriend?
I just wanna die. Now let me tell you why. All this other shit I'm talking about, they think
Okay.
I just don't know what it is.
So this is 1-800-273-8255 by Logic featuring Alicia Cara and Khaled.
You know what? I do remember this.
Yeah, this is like a very specific moment.
Yeah.
The song's title comes from the National Suicide Prevention Line. Logic plays 2 roles. The first, hook and verse, is from the perspective of someone who is calling the hotline as they want to die by suicide. Later, he offers some inspiration as the person on the other end of the phone telling the suicidal person that they have every reason to live. Logic explained genius. When I jumped on a tour bus that started in Los Angeles, California, and I ended in New York City and did a fan tour where I went to the fans' houses and shared meals with them, hung out with them, played them my album before it came out. Then along with other people on the tour, just the fans that I met randomly they said things like, your music has saved my life, you saved my life, and I was always like, oh, so nice of you, thanks, and I gave them a hug and shit, but in my mind I'm like, what the fuck? And they're really serious. They have that shit tatted on their arms, and they get lyrics, and they're saying lyrics saved their life, and in my mind I was like, man, I wasn't even trying to save nobody's life. Then it hit me, the power that I have as an artist with a voice. I wasn't even trying to save your life. Now what can what can happen if I actually did? And it's beyond just the song, it's the whole album. So I like Logic a lot, and
He's talented.
he
Very talented,
is,
yeah.
and I like respect what you're trying to do here very much.
Okay.
I actually think I watched the Logic like documentary about him taking the tour to like just go hang out with people for the album release.
Mhm.
He's also so smart, like intense how smart he is.
Okay. It is like one thing to turn that around and make it like so. It feels like self-important to take that on, to be like, now my stuff is supposed to save you. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to discount this.
I could see it. I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's more like I'm trying to be more responsible than kind of shit.
Well, I think there's a way to be responsible without like
Saying that.
no one cares about you. In this moment, literally no one cares about you.
Right, as I just want everybody to know, on the bed, staring at us making noises.
Yeah. There's people outside and she wants to be a neb shit. Oh, people don't say that, not in Pittsburgh. Nosy. She wants to be nosy. She truly. I'm about to shut those doors, so she's
I just leave
stuck
her
in
in
there.
there.
Yeah.
I get it. Trust me, I've been there. The animals, they send you. I mean, you make a good point. This song isn't a bop for me,
No, it's
regardless, even though like I respect the message and the intent.
It's when you cross that point to like being corny. Like you could just
Get
do
it.
other things to raise awareness that isn't this. That's gonna, I don't know how beneficial this is to anyone.
Right.
But like I mean,
I think
maybe
that's
if you
a fair
like
question to ask.
maybe if you made your album and because of that you were like, I'm gonna donate X amount of my proceeds to help suicide prevention. That's like different and I think more impactful than like being like, this is a song
About it.
Yeah. Yeah. It happens a lot. I'm thinking about it like from the aspect of like when Pride comes around and like rainbow shit starts coming out. I'm like,
Yeah.
is this helping anyone? Or what
Right.
is this money going?
Right.
So like, I don't know. Is this raising awareness or are you just like, I'm trying to capitalize on this?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair question to ask. Like, what a moment in time that like just played on the radio, but whatever.
Truly. Well, like the radio.
Things are going up from here.
Okay. That
In
sounds
my
good.
opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion.
That sounds good to me.
I don't know what your thoughts on this are going to be, but this is number 3. The true heads already know.
Oh, I don't like this era. Oh, I really don't like this era.
Don't like your tilted stage, the role you made me play of the fool. No, I don't like you. I don't like your perfect crime. How you laugh when you lie.
I love
You
Taylor,
said the
as
gun
Lost
was
Culch so
mine.
succinctly
It's
puts
cool.
it.
No, I don't
I love
like
Taylor.
you. But I got smarter, I got harder in the nick of time.
I don't know that this is my moment from this album, but I do appreciate it.
I got a list of names and yours is in red underlined. I check it once, then I check it twice. Oh, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look
I
what
don't
you
know what I
just
want
made
from
me
this woman, but it seems like decidedly nothing.
And that is okay.
Yeah.
This is look what you made you do. Look what you made me do. Look
Sorry,
what you made you
Look
do.
at what you did made me.
By Taylor. Definitely
Taylor
by Taylor Swift. Not Taylor. It's
Taylor
Taylor
Swift,
in this
no
moment.
T.
This is Taylor Swift. Okay. This is the lead single from Reputation. In the dark dance pop song, Swift sings about taking karma and revenge on several unnamed adversaries. Possible names that she could be addressing include Kanye West, Kim Kardashian West, and Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
The song's hook follows the rhythmic pattern of Right Said Friend's early 1990s hit, I'm Too Sexy, so much so that Swift had to credit the songwriters of the track, Fred Fairbrass, Richard Fairbrass, and Rob Manzoli.
You know what? Never did I connect those
No,
dots.
but I thought this was interesting as shit. Right Said Fred frontman Richard Fairbrass explained to NME how Swift interpolated their tune. The title of Look What Made You Do, Look What Made... Look what made you... Look what made you... Look what made... Look what made you... Look what you made me do. Okay.
Look at what made do. Have you ever heard this song?
I really have. The title of Look What You Made Me Do is based on the verse of Sexy. That's basically it. What's weird about Sexy is that when people sing it, they sing the verse, not the chorus. Nobody sings that. Everybody sings I'm Too Sexy. It's the verse that people have latched onto, not the chorus. In Taylor's song, they adapt the rhythm and the attitude of the sexy verse as the chorus. So they just interpolated it differently. That's all it is. I'd be an idiot to complain about it. We've been really lucky to have been picked by someone like Taylor, who is obviously very cool and very successful, open-minded, and relaxed about it. She's not like... I really like from this album in particular, not this. I like the I did something bad. Why'd you feel so good?
I don't know that song.
It's good. That song is good.
Whatever the one that has like the word reputation, like man reputation, man reputation.
No,
I don't like that one.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm not. Reputation largely misses me, but like I did something bad or whatever. Like that song goes the fuck off. Like that song also has noises in it. There's like this one part that's like.
Look at what made do.
Look what made do. Look what you made me do is a tough title, dude. Sorry, like that's tough.
No, but it did get us that moment.
Look what made do.
For a second, I thought I was gonna pee myself.
Well, the thing is,
because like it was,
I didn't do it just once. I had to do it twice. And the second time was with so much confidence.
Yeah, you're like, and now look what made do. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm stopping it.
It's
not that other song. I just really like that other song from the album. Okay. So, number 2. Oh my god.
Okay. I'm nervous. Color me nervous. Like a rock star.
Funny that you mentioned Post Malone earlier.
Yeah, Post Maloney. This man. Ratatata.
What are your feelings on Post Malone?
I don't even know. I don't dislike him. I don't like him. Honestly, I think my problem with him is like, to my knowledge and what has become popular and what I have heard of him, because I've never sought this man out to hear his other music. But does he ever just like go hard, or is it always just like this?
It's very vibey. That's kind of his thing. I like Post Malone because I think he's an interesting person who's also worked hard.
His face is the way it is.
Oh, it is. That's a choice.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, he be making choices, and like that's kind of cool. I like. He did that. He did the Pokemon thing recently, where he did like a virtual concert, and it was just like him animated, vibing, like singing songs, and like Pokemon are everywhere. And I was like, Post Malone, you're like so much fun, honestly.
Yeah, I don't hate the man. I just I don't know that it's like when I interact.
I don't know that it's necessarily for us.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Oh yeah,
it's not meant for us, but I feel that he's very talented.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, what a time.
nothing I've ever heard from him has made me like have a visceral bad reaction.
Never.
Yeah.
No. So this is Rockstar by Post Malone featuring 21 Savage. Post Malone told Billboard the story of the song. I was in New York. We were at Quad Studios. Some kid came in, and I guess he was in the session next door, and he was like, hey, can I play you some beats? I'm like, I guess so. You know, I'm a nice guy. I like music. I'll listen to your beats. He played the beat, and it was incredible. His name is Tank. He was a really young guy and really talented. Did that, and Joey Badass was in there. So we were just vibing on it, and the melody was sick. We just cut like a little scratch vocal, and we took it back to LA. I finished my part and sent it off to Savage, and there it is. Tank speaks on it. Tank used a chance meeting with Post Malone at Los Angeles sneaker store as a way in to play him his beats. I was like, I met you in LA. Tank told Genius. And Post said, at Fight Club? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'm a producer. Can I play you some beats? And he was like, yeah, let's get weird. And that's like the general vibe I have heard of Post Malone ever since. I watched something like very short about him too. I was like, damn, I kind of like just fuck with you existing. Like, I'm down for that.
Yeah, not number one on our list of dead men.
No, not at all.
No.
So when Malone released the song, the version he posted on YouTube was just a loop of the chorus with a link to the full song on other platforms. This was done to funnel listeners to more profitable services while boosting the song's chart position, as streams of this all-chorus version counted towards Hot 100 placement, as did any additional listens on the full song on places like Spotify and Pandora. The strategy worked very well. The YouTube version quickly racked up over 45 million views.
Wow.
And the song vaulted to number 1 on the Hot 100. I also fucks with him because he's a very good, like, businessman.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, like, he's not a dummy. And I know that he looks the way that he looks, and those are very distinct choices. But, like, the man takes money.
I never said that you can't be smart enough like that.
Truly. But I just appreciate. I appreciate Post.
A soft puppet.
A sofa bop. A sofa bop. A sofa bop. A sofa bop. I too.
Whoop, whoop.
Because I'm always going to listen to some part of this. Like, when it comes on, I do be listening to at least some of it.
It did get pretty overplayed at the time.
Big time. Ooh, big time did it. It did.
People were like, yeah, this?
Okay. Would you like to start for honorable mentions?
Sure.
We're already there, baby.
Wow. I'm going to take us on a journey that no one saw
if you
coming.
Take me to any of the songs I picked, I will throw a hissy.
Nobody pray for me.
Oh, Kendrick.
Yeah. Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. Finesse a nigga with some counterfeits, but now I'm counting this.
This man lives. This man gets to live.
Definitely.
Everything about this makes me so happy. Every time I think of Kendrick Lamar, though, I think whenever I worked at the Wax Center and Kirsten came into the office, unprompted, Shaka Khan is playing on my work computer. Just note that. Kirsten says, is Kendrick Lamar the only black artist you listen to? And I was like, didn't I tell you to listen to Solange's new album? She was like, oh yeah, you did that. And I was like, okay.
Thank you.
So like, let's not talk about me being like some performative consumer of black media.
Don't come for me, honey.
Yeah, I was like, I don't appreciate it. And she's like, Chaka Khan is on the radio. And it's like,
Another one.
remember when you like missing this whenever we talked about Maria?
There was a story about
Yeah.
someone, but I don't know if you could take it. No, you want to see me naked. Joshua cannot listen to this because it got played everywhere so much, but I was playing it before that.
Oh, so like you did it and then he had
I
to go
already
here to
like
go.
took it somewhere it didn't need to go, and then everybody else caught on.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
That was a honey's thing.
Yes, for waffles. Really miss you, Brianna, wherever you're at, laying in your pile of money. I know you don't need it, but we miss you. Okay, so the story was
That bitch is probably like, I give and give and give, and all they want is music.
the thing I won't give them. So Amanda's
It's just like a distraction tactic. I'm like, lingerie? No. Okay, it's not lingerie.
more makeup?
How about a candle? No.
Bitch, no. So Amanda's husband is the one who thought it was truly waffles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, waffles. And I was honestly,
Very funny.
I don't know. Not unhearable. I can hear it. Look what me do. Look what me do.
Look what maid do. This took me on a journey this year. Although I cannot stand the edited version of this song. Stay woke, baby's creeping. Like any other word. Like, why did we go with this song?
A moment.
From the Get Out movie. That's like, I think, like, made it popular. Who knew that this man could do this?
We didn't.
Sure didn't. I was in a vibey mood this year, clearly.
Clearly. I also have something for you. I don't know if you will vibe with it or not.
Really?
This
This
was
song
big
is-
in my household.
Really? Is it because of Pharrell?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Strictly.
Strictly.
So weird. This is Calvin Harris, Katy Perry, and Pharrell?
Yeah. And Big Sean.
Oh.
Feels. Yeah. On the extra song.
I don't dislike this song, but I'm. This was a surprise.
The way the booty is.
The way you. She knows.
It's just. It's very that.
I have two routes I can go. Do I stay vibey or do I?
If you pick the last song that I chose, I will burn your house down. Because it's just off the wall enough that like you could, and I will burn your house down.
Because I have options.
I won't. I won't.
I'm gonna go for the one that I.
Just do what you need to do. No, we're safe.
Okay. I'm very interested in. I clicked on the right thing, right?
The Weeknd by SZA,
Yeah,
correct?
okay. I just don't remember this portion. Like you with the slow part of I'm Every Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't remember this.
An intro can throw you.
Yeah. There we go. Oh. On the weekend.
SZA is that.
She really is.
Should not be that beautiful. No
She's
one.
stunting.
No one.
No one's voice just SZA said, you can have him these days. On these days? He's mine. Like, unbothered. It's just like, don't interrupt my time. Respect my boundaries.
Period. That was a stray finger tap. I'm so sorry. SZA, I'm so sorry.
Wow, I was like, we didn't even get to the chorus.
That's so rude. Here, wait. We can figure it out.
Satisfied through the weekend.
She said, I really don't care.
9 to 5, I'm the weekend.
You are 9 to 5 and I'm the Weeknd.
He can lose his mind every weekend.
Wow.
The power that has. I'm so sorry to break the momentum on that one.
Okay.
That was unfortunate.
I hope you picked the song that I didn't pick. No.
Well, we'll find out.
A couple rebel Top Gun
No.
pilots
I had never
fly
heard this song.
with the
I know exactly which song this is. Like, I don't remember that moment. Like, I...
don't know you super well, but I think that you might be the same as me. Behave abnormally. Let's let things come out of the woodwork. I give you my best.
I feel like I found this through the Honeys, too. I have
Possible.
a sense memory of Jordan, but I'm not sure if that's true.
Let's let things come out of the woodwork.
She was pretty big on Lord.
Tell you all my best lies. See me rolling, showing someone else love, dancing with our shoes off. No, I think you're awesome, right? Our runs, our dreams, we planned. Blowing shit up with homie. Dynamite, my friend.
This is the best kind of feature song.
Blowing shit up.
Her feature on Disclosure's album was very good, too.
Pushing our limits, I'm buckled for the ride. Too far from home. Let's be honest with
I need to
ourselves.
stop.
We're way too hard to try. So let's take on the night.
You're like, I need to stop, and then just like let it keep going.
So I said it's the best kind of feature song because everyone gets a moment. Like
Yeah.
everyone has like a moment and it feels like them, but it all is like fallen under this umbrella and it is just so great. When I think of this year, this song is like always included.
Interesting.
So I like lost my shit when it was like on the lower part of the
Yeah,
chart because I was
it
like, oh, ah.
So I also had I didn't pick them obviously, but New Rules was like on the short
Yeah,
list.
that was
And
on
then,
the short list for
Love
sure.
So Soft by Kelly Clarkson was also on my short.
Same. And I also had Praying by Kesha in there as well because like that was a moment I lived through. I will never tell a soul. For me, having gone through
I mean, okay.
many of the things I had gone through, I was like,
I mean,
boy.
that song has stood the test of time. People are still using it on TikTok. So
Literally. There's just something that is the ultimate like, I am going to let you fucking live song. Period.
and Dr. Luke still gets to work in the industry.
Can you believe?
No, I can't.
Sorry, that's rude. But the vomiting noises and how it could affect others.
Yeah.
Just wow. So let's turn our attention, please, to number one for October 7th,
What could it?
2017.
What could it be? Oh.
It will be our first time discussing Cardi B. Yeah. Belcalis Almanzar.
Bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the store, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch. I make bloody moves. Now she say she.
I banged this album left, right, and center.
Oh, there are no doubts in my mind that is something
Be
that you.
careful with me. Like so many of the songs
I
from
like
that
Money
record.
a lot.
So good. So Cardi B explained the song title to MTV News. I call it Bodak Yellow because Bodak, my name start with a B. And yellow because I'm a yellow bitch. The title never appears in the lyrics. I literally love Cardi B. I know she's problematic and like has said and done things that are possibly questionable, like stealing men's money when they're like unconscious and like all that stuff, but
I don't have a problem with that specific.
I
offense.
get it. All I'm saying is I get it. but
I understand how
morally,
that is a problem.
I don't know.
Am I mad about
I don't know.
it?
Don't put yourself in that position, I guess. I don't know.
Turn it back on them.
I don't know.
Tell them. Tell
In
the
this
men.
case, I don't know.
Hold it up in the mirror.
You do things to survive sometimes.
But I'm just saying, you just said to the men, like, shouldn't have found yourself in that situation.
I don't know.
How did that happen?
I don't know. That's all I'm saying. So Cardi B was born Belcalis Almanzar in the Bronx borough of New York
I'm sorry,
City.
what is her
That's
name?
her fucking real ass name, Belcalis Almanzar. And I don't
Okay.
even know if I'm saying her last name correctly.
Oh, wow.
So she first earned money as an exotic dancer before becoming an internet celebrity. She was on Love and Hip Hop.
I didn't know. I did know that.
The rapper references her past as a stripper in this song and how she now makes the money move towards her. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. The song originated when Cardi B heard Jay White did its beat for its track. She immediately thought of the track's opening line, and just as she wasn't near a recording studio, she rapped the lyrics into her phone. Cardi came up with the belligerent lyrics after studying other female rappers. She told Rolling Stone, "They talking about they money, they talking about they cars, so it's like, what's something that I enjoy? I enjoy fights."
Wow.
Honestly,
Icon.
Cardi really just is. And I understand. Like, I get it. I understand for some people why it's not for them.
Well, I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
I think at this time, it'd be one thing to easily dismiss Cardi B. But I think she has proven that she has longevity, more longevity than a lot of people were giving her credit for when this was released. So I think, like, looking back on it, I was pretty much dismissive of it. I didn't hate it, but I was also like, I don't understand why this is like a thing that we were all. But I also think on this track specifically, it sounds like Tommy Pickles is rapping, and that's very funny to me.
That is very funny.
Like, could you imagine? Like, and then someone said that's not true, and then I put like a clip of Tommy just like doing something in the back, and like, you know how whenever cartoons move their mouth, it looks like they're just saying whatever. It worked perfectly.
Okay, so a little about Bodak, because this is important. Bodak Yellow debuted at number 85 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart during July of 2017. During its 5th week on the chart, it jumped to number 14, becoming Cardi B's first top 20 entry in the United States. It later reached number 2 behind Taylor Swift's song Look What You Made Me Do in September, before climbing to the top of the chart 2 weeks later. Bodak Yellow topped the Hot 100 for 3 consecutive weeks, making it the second solo hip-hop #1 single by a female artist in the chart's history, following American rapper Lauryn Hill's Doo-Wop That Thing in '98. Spending a 3rd week on top, it became the first song by a female rapper to spend multiple weeks atop the chart. Also the longest #1 for a solo single by a female rapper at the time. The record has since been surpassed by Lizzo's Truth Hurts with 7 weeks in 2019. In the 26th week on the chart, the song re-entered the top 10, joining her other singles, Motorsport and No Limit, making Cardi B the 3rd act to place her first 3 chart entries in the top 10 simultaneously. In September 2019, Bodak Yellow was certified non-topple,
9 times.
yes, platinum by the
I got you.
RIAA,
The language
becoming
here.
the highest certified single by a female rapper. In March 2021, it was certified diamond by the RIAA, making Cardi B the first female rapper to achieve this.
That's incredible.
But like, say the fuck what you will about
No, she's
Cardi,
getting her bag.
but like, Cardi literally broke the fuck through. And it's such a shame that it literally took this long. Like, it is such a shame.
Yeah.
But Cardi really did that.
Yeah, when you say doo-wop, that thing is a rap
98.
song, also feels like a
It
stretch to me.
Right. Like, this is true ass,
Yeah.
just like fucking hip hop.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, this was Pitchfork's top song of 2017. They said, Bodak Yellow is not just the banger of the year, it's an unignorable antithesis to a political landscape built around xenophobia, racism, and sexism. The first solo female rap track to hit #1 in nearly 20 years. It emboldened many of the people, especially women of color, who are marginalized for the very things that anchor the Afro-Latina star's impenetrable pride.
Honestly. This is so funny because I almost picked the Pitchfork's 27 best songs of 2017.
That would
So,
have been hilarious.
What you would have been like, well,
Well,
here we are.
what a flop. Flop
Just
city.
a flop.
Flop city. Okay, so this is a bop for me.
It's a bop.
I love Cardi. I love that album. I can't wait to see what Cardi does next is what I'm trying to say.
Well, if it's up, then it's up.
Well, I didn't even like that song at first, and then
It goes off.
it goes off.
It does.
It really goes off. And her
It's
voice is so pleasing.
Yeah.
If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. I'm just like, damn, Cardi.
Yeah. I'm going to admit to this. Anytime Cardi B is on a playlist, I get excited because she's great to work out to. And I don't know how else to describe it, but like
She just
really
goes the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
off.
it's just you're like
She's the best part of that other song that was like very popular and also like
WAP?
considered Latina. No, but I mean WAP. Like WAP was the wet pussy heard around world though, honey. Like I love WAP. I'm talking about Like It.
Yes,
Oh,
that was
baby.
good.
She's literally the best part of that song. I'm gonna have to go ahead
Yeah.
and say, truly.
Wow, 2017.
So pleased to have spoken about her today.
I know it did take a long time.
It really did.
Earlier today we had a Marina track, and now we have Cardi B. So 2 firsts.
We love to see it.
Truly, just like making our way around the world.
We really are. We're
Yeah.
doing it. We're covering all the bases.
Really,
Truly.
truly,
Truly. Well, you deserve this.
you deserve this.
Goodbye.
Thanks. Bye.
Red color.